How did industry create new class structure? The Industrial Revolution brought great riches, and during the Industrial Revolution, there was a huge population increase in the cities, making a higher demand for employment. Wages rose so that the middle class had enough money left over after paying rent and buying groceries. It made it so they were able to buy a newspaper or afford luxuries. A new class was invented called the Industrial Capitalists. During the Industrial Revolution, almost anyone could become rich and powerful, and almost anyone could change their class. The Industrial Revolution brought a religious movement. Because people moved away from their homes and old churches to work in the cities, and because they worked in horrible living conditions, they needed hope. This movement was called the Methodist movement. The working class put their children into Sunday school, where they learned how to read and write and get a basic education, which would one day help them have a better life. This movement also helped workers channel their anger from the revolution and focus it on the reforms.
The middle class was made up of people who owned well-furnished houses, lived on paved streets, and owned expensive clothing. Most of the middle class invested in mines and shipping companies. Depending on the person's job, it changes their class structure. For example, a miner has a lower class structure versus those who own mines have a higher class structure. The poor working class mothers and their children had to work. Unlike the middle class, they had maidservants who looked after their children. The poor working class also had to live in tenements, which had no running water and not proper sanitation, which meant they had more spread of diseases.
Before the Methodist movement, the urban poor could not move up in the social hierarchy because education was not affordable and only the rich could get it. Another thing that contributes to the growth of the urban poor was the extreme deficit of jobs and the sprawling population.